If this script has found you, it is not an accident. In the old Egyptian schools of mystery, they used to say, Thoth does not waste a ritual on the sleeping. He sends the secret only to those whose fear has already begun to crack. Tonight, you are entering one of those secrets. This is not a pretty affirmation, not a motivational speech. What you are about to hear is a reconstruction of a forbidden ritual attributed to Jehuti, Thoth, the Lord of writing, time, and inner measurement. According to legend, this ritual was whispered only to a few initiates in the inner chambers of the temple. It was never carved fully on stone. Every inscription that mentioned it was either scratched out, half erased, or encoded in symbols only the priesthood could read. Why? Because this ritual does something dangerous. It does not ask fear to gently move aside. It invites fear into the center of your field and then teaches your soul how to sit on the throne instead. You already know fear very well. The fear of failing, the fear of being seen, the fear of losing love, the fear that if you truly change, you will lose the life you know. Modern psychology says fear lives in the amygdala, in the nervous system, in electrical storms across your brain. The mystics say fear lives in your energy body, coiled around old memories and ancestral echoes. Both are trying to describe the same trembling. Thoth's forbidden ritual does not ask fear to kill fear. It asks you to rewrite the contract between your consciousness and that trembling, to sign a new line into the tablets of your destiny. In this script, we will walk through the hidden architecture of fear in your energy field, the mythic origin of this ritual, and how it mirrors practices in India, Tibet, and other ancient lineages. The exact step-by-step instructions for the inner ceremony. The destiny seal, how to stabilize the new vibration so you don't snap back to the old timeline. You will be invited into a direct experience. You will be asked to close your eyes, to breathe, to place your awareness in precise points of your body, to sound a syllable that when used with full presence can permanently shift your relationship with fear. If at any point you feel overwhelmed, remember, you are in control. Open your eyes, breathe normally, drink some water, return to ordinary awareness. This ritual is not a replacement for therapy, medical support, or real-world help. It is a vibrational practice, a deep symbolic surgery in the field of your perception. And yet, for those who are ready, even a single honest round of this ritual can feel like your entire timeline just shifted half a degree. Half a degree today becomes a completely different life years from now. If you choose to walk this, do it with respect, with honesty, with the quiet knowing that the part of you that called this video in is older than your fear. As we move through the sections, when you feel the ritual stirring something in you, you are invited to claim it in the comments. You might write, "I have activated the silent gate. The journey has begun. My fear has a new master now. Your words become part of the collective field of everyone doing this with you, across time zones, across countries, across languages. So, sit comfortably. Feel the ground or the chair beneath you. Let your shoulders drop just a little. You are about to enter the temple your soul has been building for lifetimes.
The silent gate is the hidden threshold Thoth left for those willing to sit face to face with their own fear and not run. It is hard to believe that a doorway could exist in something as ordinary as your next breath. But that is the cruelty and the kindness of this ritual. It uses what you already have. Imagine for a moment an ancient temple in Kemet, the land we now call Egypt. Not the polished fantasy of postcards, a real temple. Cold stone, sand blown in through narrow cracks, the faint smell of oil lamps and human skin. In the inner court, initiates waited. They had fasted, purified, memorized hymns, but the real examination did not happen in front of an audience. It happened in the silent chamber. No paintings on the walls, no golden statues, just stone and the sound of your own breath amplified until it felt like thunder. The priests knew something that modern neuroscience is just beginning to describe. When you remove distraction, the nervous system starts to reveal its deepest patterns: fight, flight, freeze, fawn. These were not abstract words to them. They saw fear as a spectrum of vibrations lodged in the spine, the gut, the throat, the chest, shadowy currents in the luminous body. In India, similar initiations happened in cremation grounds where disciples meditated among burning bodies, confronting the raw fear of death. In Tibet, practitioners sealed themselves in dark caves for weeks, letting every repressed shadow rise up in the mind. In all these places, the outer setting was just an excuse to meet the same thing: the trembling at the center of being. The silent gate is not a door in a wall. It is the moment you stop negotiating with fear and look at it directly. Right now, as you listen, you can taste a tiny version of that gate. Notice what happens in your body when you hear the phrase, "Thoth's Forbidden Ritual to silence your fear." Maybe your breath shortens. Maybe your chest tightens. Maybe a part of you whispers, "Careful, if this actually works, who will I be after?" That whisper is not your enemy. It is the gatekeeper. Thoth was not interested in students who wanted to get rid of fear like deleting a file. He was interested in those ready to sit in the silent chamber, inner or outer, and allow fear to appear in full color, full volume, without immediately trying to push it away. So before any chant, before any gesture, the first teaching of the silent gate is this: do not abandon yourself when fear appears. Right now, if it is safe to do so, gently close your eyes. Take one slow breath in through the nose and a soft, audible exhale through the mouth. Notice, where does your fear usually live? For some, it is a knot in the stomach. For others, a tight band around the heart. For others, a pressure in the throat or a buzzing in the head. There is no wrong answer. Wherever your attention goes, that is where the gate is opening. In the language of energy work, that sensation is not just anxiety. It is a doorway into the deeper script that your body has been carrying for years, maybe generations. Scientists talk about epigenetics, how trauma can leave marks on how genes express themselves. Mystics talk about ancestral imprints, stories vibrating in the blood, and the silent gate is where these two perspectives meet. You are not trying to calm down. You are trying to finally listen. Let your awareness rest like a hand on that place in your body. You don't need to fix, just feel. You are doing exactly what the initiates did in the dark stone chamber, sitting with the trembling without running. If you feel this contact, even slightly, you have already stepped onto the threshold Thoth guarded. When you are ready, take another slow breath in and out, and gently open your eyes. You have found your silent gate. The ritual can now begin to take shape around it. Type, "I have found the gate" in the comments if you felt even a small flicker of recognition, so your experience joins the shared field of others walking this path. Type "continue" to get the next part of the script.
The echo of fear. This is how your nervous system and energy field keep replaying old timelines long after the original wound has passed. There is a cruel trick that fear plays, one that every tradition has tried to name. In the Egyptian temples, they called it the echo in the stone. In Vedic texts, it appears as samskara, the groove of repeated actions. In Tibetan teachings, it is likened to wind patterns in the mind's sky. Modern science describes it in a colder language: neural pathways, conditioned responses, feedback loops of stress hormones. Imagine shouting in a canyon. You speak once. The canyon repeats your words again and again until it is hard to tell which voice is yours and which is the echo. Fear works like that. Something happened, maybe long ago, a humiliation in school, a betrayal, a moment when you reached for something and were crushed, a night when you were not safe. Your body shouted, "Never again." Your nervous system listened and carved that phrase into its stone. Now, decades later, you want to start a new project, confess your feelings, change your path. But before you can move, the echo shouts first. Never again. Never again. Never again. You think you are hearing intuition or logic, but sometimes it is just the canyon talking. Thoth's forbidden ritual does not begin by forcing the canyon to be silent. It begins by revealing the echo for what it is, an old recording. In the Emerald Tablet traditions, there is a line often mistranslated. Roughly rendered, it says, "He who cannot distinguish the echo from the first voice will spend his days walking in circles." Walking in circles is what fear loves. It does not need you to be miserable all the time. It only needs you to remain predictable. Predictability is safe to the old wound. If you never speak up, you can never be humiliated the same way. If you never love fully, you can never be abandoned in the same pattern. If you always delay your true path, you can never fail at it. But here is the hidden cost. You are sacrificing your future to protect a past that no longer exists. In Indian stories, there is an image of an elephant tied to a tiny peg. When the elephant was a baby, the peg held it. As an adult, it could easily pull free, but it no longer questions the rope. The restraint is now inside its mind. Fear is that peg. Your current power is the full-grown elephant. The echo is not a prophecy. It is an outdated safety protocol. When the priests guided an initiate into the silent chamber, they watched for certain signs. Some people trembled but stayed present. Some laughed nervously, making jokes, using humor to escape. Some went numb, dissociating, turning into stone themselves. These are the same patterns therapists see today. The body is not wrong for doing any of this. It is trying to help with old tools. The ritual you are approaching does something radical. Instead of arguing with fear, it reassigns fear. In energetic terms, fear is raw voltage, adrenaline, alertness, hyperfocus. It's survival intelligence, but trapped in outdated maps. Thoth's teaching was not destroy fear, but turn the guardian into the messenger. In other words, you can train the same surge of energy that used to paralyze you to become the signal that you are at the doorway of destiny. Fear then becomes a notification. You are about to step off the old map. Stay awake. There is a psychological risk here. If you rush into this ritual without grounding, you might misinterpret every rush of fear as a sign to jump into reckless decisions. That is not awakening. That is spiritual intoxication. So, here is the first warning. This ritual is not about becoming fearless. It is about becoming fear literate. You will learn to read your own trembling. Sometimes fear says, "Do not walk down this dark alley." Your body senses danger. Sometimes fear says, "Post that video." You are only terrified because this is real for you. The difference between those two cannot be given to you as a rule. It is cultivated by practice, by presence, by honesty. As you listen, think of one situation in your life that has been echoing for years. Maybe it's a conversation you avoid, a dream you never start, a truth you have never spoken. Feel how your body reacts when you imagine actually doing that thing. That reaction is the echo, the canyon, the old never again replaying itself. You are not going to argue with it. You are going to meet it in the chamber. In the next section, we will step into the heart of the ritual itself. Posture, breath, chant, visualization. Before you go there, if you recognize this echo in your own life, claim your awareness in the comments. You might write, "I see the echo now," or "My fear is an old recording, not my destiny." These words are not just for the algorithm. They are declarations in the subtle field. Type continue to get the next part of the script.
The Forbidden Chamber. This is the inner ritual Thoth reserved for those ready to sit in the heart of their fear and rewrite the script while it is still trembling. Some teachings are shared in daylight. This one was never meant for the casual listener. In the old stories, the candidate was brought, blindfolded, into a stone room beneath the temple. The air was cool and heavy. The only sound was the drip of water somewhere in the dark. The blindfold was removed. In front of them, a simple statue of Thoth, ibis-headed, holding the stylus and the tablet. Not a cartoon god, but a symbolic presence, the principle of inner measurement, of cosmic accounting, of the one who writes and rewrites timelines. The priest's voice was simple, almost indifferent. Whatever rises in you here is your real teacher. We only hold the room. Tonight, you will not travel to Egypt. You will turn your own body into that chamber. If it is safe to do so, sit upright. You can be on a chair, on a bed, on the floor. What matters is that your spine is as straight as is comfortable, like a column of quiet light. Let your feet or legs feel supported. Let your hands rest gently on your thighs or knees, palms down if you need grounding, palms up if you feel stable enough to receive. Soften your eyes or close them completely. We begin with 7 gates of breath. Inhale gently through the nose and exhale softly through the mouth. That is gate 1. We will not rush. Each breath is a small descent into the chamber. Gate 2. Inhale, feeling the air cool inside the nostrils. Exhale, allowing your shoulders to drop 1 grain of tension. Gate 3. Inhale, imagining the breath filling the space behind your heart. Exhale, letting any tightness in your chest melt down towards the earth. Gate 4. Inhale, noticing the space at the back of your throat. Exhale as if you are gently sighing away words you never needed to say. Gate 5. Inhale, feeling the rise of your belly, however small. Exhale, letting your jaw unclench, your tongue rest. Gate 6. Inhale, sensing the base of your spine, the root. Exhale, imagining a cord of light dropping from your tailbone deep into the planet, anchoring you. Gate 7. Inhale, gathering all your scattered attention into the center of your chest. Exhale, allowing your awareness to take its seat there, behind the breastbone, like a quiet watcher. You are here. Now, bring to mind the fear you touched earlier. Not every fear, just one. It might be a fear of speaking, of leaving, of beginning, of ending. Trust the first one that appears. Don't analyze it. Just let it show itself as an image, a word, a feeling. In the Egyptian inner teachings, fears were sometimes visualized as shadows of ink moving across the tablet of the heart. In Tibetan practice, as demons to be fed compassion rather than fought. In some Indian tantric paths, as goddesses with fierce faces, protectors hidden inside your own energy. Let your fear take any shape it wants, just for a moment. Now, imagine you are in a stone chamber. The walls around you are rough, dark, cool. Your body is sitting exactly as it is now, but there, on the temple floor. In front of you, about 2 meters away, is your fear, in the shape you just glimpsed. Perhaps it looks like a younger version of you, perhaps like a storm cloud, perhaps like nothing at all, just a dense patch of air. You are not inside it. You are sitting across from it. Between you and this fear, there is a line on the ground, a narrow groove carved into the stone, glowing faintly with soft white light. On your side of the line sits your awareness. On the other, your echo. Thoth stands at that line. You may picture him however feels natural. Ibis-headed scribe, a hooded figure of light, or simply a sense of presence, cool, precise, yet strangely compassionate. He holds a stylus of light and a tablet that seems to be made of your own bones, your own years. Now we introduce the sound of reassignment. The priests didn't waste time with repeating random words 1,000 times. They used syllables designed to move specific centers in the body. The sound we will use tonight is Ta-ru-em. Not a magic word that belongs to one culture, a vibrational pattern. Ta felt at the back of the throat, cutting through fog. Ru, vibrating in the chest, stirring courage. Em, resonating in the belly, grounding the shift. You will chant this sound in one long exhale, letting it roll like a slow river. Ta-ru-em. It does not need to be beautiful. It only needs to be honest. Before you chant, place your awareness on the fear shape in front of you. Recognize it, not as a monster, but as a very old employee who has been overworking. Silently, in your mind, say to it, "You were trying to protect me, but you have been using an old map. Tonight, I thank you and give you a new role." Now, on your next exhale, sound the full chant once. Inhale, and on the exhale, Ta-ru-em. Feel where it vibrates. Perhaps your chest hums. Perhaps your belly tightens, then releases. Perhaps your throat wants to clear. In the inner vision, see the sound as a ring of light expanding from your body, crossing the glowing line, and washing through the shadow of fear. This is not an attack. It is a recoding. The old contract said, "Whenever we approach this situation, you, fear, take full control and pull us back." The new contract, carried in the vibration of Ta-ru-em, says, "Whenever we approach this situation, you, fear, sound the alarm and then bow to awareness, who chooses our action." You are not erasing fear. You are changing who sits on the throne. On the second round, we add a gesture. Place your right hand gently over the center of your chest, left hand resting where it was. Inhale, and again, exhale with the sound. Ta-ru-em. As you chant, press the palm very slightly into the chest, as if stamping the new contract into your ribs. See Thoth watching, not as a judge, but as an auditor of energy. Every time you chant, a line on the glowing tablet changes. From "I cannot" to "I am learning." From "I always fail here" to "I am allowed to grow clumsy and still move." From "If I do this, I will be hurt" to "If I do this consciously, I will meet my real life." On the third and final round for today, we add an instruction to the fear shape. Inhale, and as you exhale with Ta-ru-em, see the fear shape stepping back across the glowing line until it stands beside you, not in front of you, not gone, just reassigned. You might notice your body wanting to shiver, to sigh, to cry, to yawn. These are common side effects when deep tension releases, the nervous system discharging, the energy body reorganizing. If you feel dizzy or overwhelmed, open your eyes, look around the room, name 3 objects you see, feel your feet. You are here, in this moment, safe enough to pause. When you are ready, let the inner vision of the chamber fade. Bring your awareness back to the physical sensations of sitting where you are. Feel your hand on your chest. Remove it gently. Take one more ordinary breath. You have just completed a single.
The Destiny Seal. This is how you stabilize the new vibration, so your old timeline cannot quietly pull you back while you sleep. The most dangerous moment in any ritual is not the climax, it is what happens afterward. The night a monk in Tibet experiences emptiness for the first time, the danger is not in the void itself, but in what he does the next morning. The day a yogini in India touches the inner fire of Kundalini, the risk is not in the serpent, but in how she walks back into the village. The moment an Egyptian initiate leaves the silent chamber, the test is not whether they trembled in the dark, but whether they live differently in the light. You have just done something similar. You have met your fear. You have reassigned its role. You have given the nervous system a new pattern to consider. But the old echo is stubborn. It has years of rehearsal. If you simply go back to life as if nothing happened, the canyon will shrug and start replaying the old script. That is why Thoth's ritual always included a seal. Think of molten metal being poured into a mold. For a moment, it is liquid, changeable, ready to become anything. If it is not cooled and set properly, it spills and loses form. Your energy field right now is a little like that. So we introduce 3 seals, one in the body, one in the mind, one in action. Seal 1, the body anchor. Place your right hand on your chest again, exactly where it was during the chant. This is now your throne gesture. In the stories, Thoth was sometimes said to place his stylus at the heart of the candidate and say, "Here is the true tablet." Your sternum, the bones beneath your palm, the space behind them, this is the living tablet on which new lines are being written. The body anchor is simple. Any time in the coming days that you feel the familiar fear surging, the old echo beginning to shout, you gently place your hand on your chest in this exact way, even for 2 seconds. You don't need to chant out loud each time. You can whisper Daruem inside the mind, or even just remember the feeling of the sound. You are sending a silent message to your system. We are not under the old contract anymore. Fear, you may inform, but you do not command. Over time, the brain begins to associate this gesture with the new pattern. This is not mystical. It is also neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. But wrapped inside the science is a myth. You are touching the tablet where Thoth writes. Seal 2. The mind script. After the old initiations, the candidate was often instructed to write, literally, about what arose in the chamber. You can do a modern version. Within the next 24 hours, take a piece of paper or a journal, not your phone if possible, something physical. At the top, write, "Old contract with fear," and let your hand describe, in raw, honest sentences, how this fear has run your life until now. I agreed to stay small so I would not be rejected. I avoided speaking my truth to keep the peace and lost myself. I let my body carry tension so my mind could pretend everything was fine. Then draw a line across the page. Below it, write "New contract with awareness," and describe in the present tense how you are choosing to relate now. I allow fear to speak, but I choose the action. I am willing to feel discomfort in order to live a truer life. I can be scared and still move in the direction of my soul. This is not positive thinking fluff. It is you taking the stylus from the echo and placing it back in your own hand. In many cultures, writing is considered a spellcraft. Words fix energy into form. When you write these contracts, you are not just making lists, you are sealing the vibrational shift into language. If you wish, you can share a single line from your new contract in the comments, even one sentence, like, "My fear may shake, but my soul decides." Be precise. Your words carry weight. Seal 3. The Destiny Gesture. The final seal is action. In all genuine lineages, real transformation is not proven in visions or feelings, but in behavior. So choose right now one small, concrete action that embodies the new contract, something you can do within the next 24 hours. If your fear is about speaking, your action might be sending a message you have avoided. If your fear is about visibility, your action might be posting one honest piece of content. If your fear is about leaving a dead situation, your action might be researching options or having one exploratory conversation. The action does not need to be dramatic. It needs to be aligned. Before you take it, use the body anchor. Hand on chest, one inner taruem, even silently. Then move. In that moment, fear is being recoded at the deepest level. Your nervous system is seeing, "Oh, we can feel this trembling and still move. We are not trapped in the old loop." Do you feel the gravity of that? You are, in a very real sense, rewriting your destiny. not by magic trick, but by shifting the energy that guides your choices. Across Egypt, India, Tibet, and countless unnamed traditions, the same pattern appears. Face the fear. Feel the energy. Reassign its role. Seal the new pattern with body, mind, and action. Thoth's version simply framed it in the language of tablets and timelines. As you stand at the end of this ritual, there is one more layer: the collective field. You are not the only one doing this. Somewhere, another person is listening with headphones in a crowded city. Someone else is alone in their room, tears just behind their eyes. Someone listens late at night, wondering if they waited too long to change. As you comment, as you share, and as you return, you are not just feeding an algorithm. You are helping to build a subtle temple, a place in the invisible, made of all our focused attention. In the old temples, the strength of a ritual depended on how many hearts were holding the same chant, the same intention. Here,